Hi, you guys friends? You gonna kiss? You want some kisses? Oh, you're gonna wash his face? That's gross. Oh, damn breath. Hi YouTube, this is my furry friend tag video for my second furry friend. I'm picking her up now because she's probably not going to stay here, and she's just woke up. I kind of woke her up because I'm a jerk. Huh? I am a jerk, yeah. But at least she's purring, so no claws. Where do you want to go? You want to go and say hi to the camera? I don't know where the original tag came from, but the one I found was from the restricted section, and I'll link that down below if you want to check out theirs. Question number 1 is, what is your pet's name? And my pet's name is Penny. Question number 2 is, what breed is your pet? And she's just a domestic short hair. Her colouring is obviously a grey tabby, but she's just common domestic short hair cat. I said common and she just gave me the dirtiest look. I didn't mean it. I really didn't mean it. The next question is, how long have you had your pet? And we've had Penny for 1.5 years. Almost 2 years, but not quite. She's about to pounce on a mouse, and the mouse is right by the tripod, so I apologise in advance if the camera just suddenly starts shaking like an earthquake. It's not, it's just a catquake. The next question is, how did you get your pet? Now this is a bit of a story. Brian and I were in an apartment in Florida, and we'd just bought a house. We were moving in like a week or 2 from then, and we took the dog for a walk one night in the apartments, and he suddenly got really interested in a neighbour's, next door neighbour's patio. And when we looked over, there was Penny, a stray. We'd seen her around, we knew she was a stray, she wouldn't come to anybody, but yeah, she was there, and we thought, oh, you know, she's just been around. And then we realised that she had 5 kittens she'd given birth. So I worried initially because we'd got these 5 kittens. They looked maybe a week old at most. A mom that was definitely undernourished. I thought, we've got to at least try and feed them. So we talked to the neighbour and said, hey, did you know? She had no idea. So we said, you know, can we put a box out there? Are you okay with them staying there? Because that's where she seemed comfortable. And we'll try and feed her and get some weight on her because she was definitely skinny. The neighbour was fine with that. So we got a box there and a blanket for the kittens, and she ran off straight away, and I was freaking out again because I thought, oh my God, I've never dealt with this situation before. We've just scared the mother away, the kittens are all going to die. What are we going to do? So we put the box out and put a note on it saying, you know, leave them alone. And went and got some kitten formula because we thought, oh, if she doesn't come back, we're going to have to feed the kittens somehow. We can't just leave them to die. But she did come back. So we started putting food out for her and gaining her trust. The apartment people wouldn't let us bring her and the kittens in the house. Even if we could catch them, they wouldn't let us. So we thought, well, the plan of attack is we're moving out into our own house in 2 weeks. So if we can gain her trust in that time, we can move them all with us. That was the plan. So we did work on that with food, and I actually blogged about the progress that we were doing with, and pictures as well. If you want to check out the blog of how we got Penny and the kittens back to the house and everything, I'll put the link down below. There's some very cute pictures in there and a couple of videos as well. So yeah, we eventually moved them with us, and I worked with a local foster group who I was very lucky to find. They paid for all of the spay and neuter for the kittens and for Penny as well. I paid for all the food and kept them all in our house. We had the kittens for 3 months, which was pretty hectic, but it was very adorable. It was a definite experience that I'm glad I've been through. And during that time, Penny decided that that's where she lives with us. So we weren't going to complain because she was a great cat at the time. I'd say at the time, you're still a great cat. But she's yeah, she definitely was part of the family, so she stayed with us. Her kittens all found happy forever homes through the foster group into adoptions. So yeah, happy story in the end. The next question is, how old is your pet? Well, we aren't 100% sure, but we think she's now 2 years old. When we first got her, she was roughly 1. I mean, probably a little bit under 1 year old, but we claimed her birthday as the date that we took her back to our house. So she was roughly 1, so now she's roughly 2. The next question is, what are some quirky things about your pet's personality? Well, she loves murdering toes and fingers. playfully at my dad, but her claws are like razors. And she is very cute while she's murdering you. We actually call her Cute Murders. She's very, very lovey cat. That was the first thing we sort of noticed when we were trying to gain her trust. As soon as she felt comfortable around us, she wanted love constantly. She loves being cuddled and petted and loves being on your lap. But yeah, she's such a lovely cat, which is adorable. I've never known a cat so lovely as she is. She has some little catnip mice that she loves playing and chasing around with, and she goes kind of crazy. She jumps so high in the air when she's playing with them, like 3-4 feet, maybe 12, I don't know, but it's pretty high. And then she'll run after them, and we've got a lot of wood floor here, and she'll just skid past, and she loves running and skidding across the floor. She thinks it's the best thing ever. I'm pretty sure she thinks that she's in stealth mode half the time when she does it, because she's not moving, the floor is, or something, I don't know. We think that she has abandonment issues, and we think that's what happened to her originally, that her original owner at the apartment complex moved out and just left her. I'm not going to go into my thoughts on that matter because this is not that kind of video. Anyway, she has, we think, abandonment issues, because every so often she will just suddenly meow if you're not in the same room as her, like a proper like, oh my god, where's everybody gone? And then you have to call and say, we're in here, and she's like, oh okay. And she doesn't come in to see you, she just say, oh it's fine, as long as everybody's still here. She loves Jasper to bits. I mean, they are best friends. And if she's ever worried or nervous, she will go and be with him or take her cues from him. If he growls or something, she's like, oh, I've got to listen to that. She's also really down to earth. If she doesn't get what she wants or she gets told off or something like that, her face and attitude is like, it's fine, I don't mind, I know that I'm still loved. She's just so down to earth. The next question is, what does your relationship with your pet mean to you? Well, she's our second fur baby. And her relationship is very different than ours with Jasper. Jasper was our first child, but Penny, we had to work at gaining her trust. And there's a different kind of bond there. We definitely bonded over looking after her kittens. She was their mom, but I think she viewed me absolutely as either her mom or protector or something. And we got very close bond from that. It's very different, but she's absolutely 100% part of this family. I mean, pretty much as soon as we saw her with the kittens, I knew she was gonna end up with us, and she definitely claimed us as well. She was, as soon as we got to the house, she was like, okay, I live here now, that's fine. You guys are stuck with me. The second to last question is, what are some of your favorite pastimes with your pet? Well, we love playing with the mice with her. We throw her little catnip mice and she chases them all over the house and skitters around, which is great. She also rubs along your legs, but tucks her head down and then kind of gambols over because she's just adorable and cute, and then looks up at you and then murders your feet. So that's probably her favourite pastime, not my favourite pastime, because then I've got murdered toes. And also the last one that's a favourite pastime is putting a hand under a blanket and she'll like play on the top. You've got to put a hand underneath the blanket because her claws are so sharp, and sometimes they get through the blanket anyway, but yeah, we like playing that with her as well. And the last question is, what nicknames do you have for your pet? We only have a few for her actually. The first one is Penny Cat, and it came about because she is a cat, obviously, but if anybody has watched Cougar Town, you'll know that they play a game in there called Penny Cam, and so that kind of came about as Penny Cat. We also call her Little Miss Murders and Hot Paws. Hot Paws is because when she sleeps like a loaf, and we call her loaf sometimes, all her paws get tucked underneath, but then she'll come and try and get on your lap, and her paws are like lava, they're so hot. So Hot Paws. And we also call her Purr Balls because she purrs so much. She's just always purring. She's just so happy, I think, to have a house and a family. So we call her Purr Balls. Good girl, come here. Yeah, hi. Oh, you're so jingly. This is the second furry friend tag video for Penny Cat, the little murderess that she is. Okay, you can go down, that's fine. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to check out Jasper's video if you haven't before. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time. Bye. You are so cute.